Hamas has won. They're backed by Iran and Syria. The Western-backed Fatah is humiliated, and violence is rampant and rampaging through the Gaza Strip, and we're afraid he's going to reach the West Bank soon. And Fatah is very worried. The Western-backed Fatah is very worried that it's going to reach the West Bank and get out of control there as well. The Middle East, Bush gives you freedom. Enjoy. Now look, remember the heady days for Bush at least, right after the 2004 election, Michael, when he's talking about when he gave his second inauguration speech, and he's like, "We are going to bring freedom to the Middle East and to every country, and we're going to have democracy, and I, the great George W. Bush, will liberate the whole world." Well, they're liberated. How you like him now, George? You don't like him so much now, right?
Yeah, it's not that kind of liberation I wanted.
Oh, I see. But that's the kind of chaos you caused in Iraq. Now that's the kind of chaos you've caused in the occupied territories. That's the kind of chaos we have in Lebanon. Where else would you like to go with your freedom agenda? Now, some people might say, hey, listen now, it's not all his fault. No, but it's like if you're playing around with a tub of gasoline and you think, I wonder if I lit a bunch of matches and threw them inside there, what would happen?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right. It was kind of the match's fault, and it was kind of the gasoline's fault, but perhaps putting the two together wasn't that great an idea. And why he did it? Because of hubris. He couldn't wait for democracy to come on in a natural state, have it grow organically in the Middle East. He couldn't support that democracy if he didn't have the results he liked. Because we had democracy in the occupied territories, and Hamas won.
Right.
And so that had to be crushed. Instead, we had to set everybody fighting against each other. And now Hamas might take over. Imagine if they take over the West Bank, too. Look, these guys are backed by Iran and Syria. Look, we're losing because of George Bush.
And the other thing is, we're losing because of George Bush. I mean, you make a really good point, because you look back, and George Bush doesn't. There's no appreciation for any kind of precedent for what went on there. It's just this sort of feeling that we are right, and the right will out. And that's wrong. I mean, that doesn't happen there. You can't just will it to happen.
So, finally on that, even if you are, like, Hamas is a terrible terrorist group, and all our enemies are Arabs, and, you're in that thing, and I get Hamas I don't want Hamas to win.
Yeah.
I desperately don't want Hamas to win. The last people on earth I want to win anything is Islamic fundamentalists. Okay, that's not going to help me. That's not going to help anybody. Certainly not going to help liberals or progressives. Okay, we don't want that. We're actively trying to fight against that. But even if you're a conservative and you don't even get into those nuances, right? You're like the damn Arabs and the terrorists, right? But even under that scenario, Bush has led you down the wrong path, and he's allowed them to win.
That's the thing. Yeah, he's let it happen.
Yeah, and because of his disastrous policies, Hamas is stronger, Hezbollah is stronger, Al-Qaeda is stronger, the Iraq insurgency is stronger. God, how grotesquely incompetent do you have to be before somebody wakes up and goes, oh, my God, wait a minute, this guy's giving us the exact opposite of what he promised us.
And there's no meritocracy. I mean, there's no, in the Bush White House, in terms of the people that can rise to the top who have had the hands-on experience in the Middle East. And I'm not, saying that nobody has the experience. They have much more experience than I could, shake a stick at. But there's nothing that has shown anybody in this White House has worked on understanding what is going on over there, other than following what the Bush sort of doctrine is in the Middle East.
Finally, this thought just occurred to me. I think Bush should do a Costanza. You remember that episode in Seinfeld when George Costanza became convinced that he can't do anything right? And he's like, why don't I do the opposite of all my instincts? And it turned out awesome for him. Now, I'm not saying anything, George, but put a couple of thoughts behind it, okay? Yeah. Maybe if you did the exact opposite of every one of your instincts, we might get to a lot better place.